So, you've probably read the title by now, and you're thinking, RuneScape's biggest victim. Now, who could that be? Maybe the Venezuelans. Maybe the people who've put thousands of hours in the game. Wasted their time, wasted their lives. But no. You'd be wrong on both accounts. For I am RuneScape's biggest victim. Now, you may be thinking, how? How could you puny little minority in the RuneScape universe, be the biggest victim? Well, I'll tell you. You see, when I was a kid, I was very stupid. And I also spent a lot of time on RuneScape. This led to multiple hackings. Now, for a little context, this was before you had any sort of email, link or authenticator. If someone got your password, you had to completely recover the account. I cannot remember how many times my mom had to sit there for 30, 45 minutes recovering my account for me. But 2 times stand out that were just the pinnacle of my stupidity. And I thought, why not share them? Why not relive my experiences so you don't have to yourself? So I'll save the best one for last. But one I remember was I was at Castle Wars, just minding my own business. I got to talking to this young fellow. And he saw that I had an obsidian cape and I was a pretty high level. And he was like, hey man, why don't you have a fire cape? And I was like, I don't really know how to do it. I've tried and I keep failing. This is before I knew that you could Google and look up stuff and you could actually figure it out pretty easily. I would go into the fight caves with, 5 lobsters and expect to beat the entire thing. So we get to talking and he's like, you know what, ma'am? If you want me to, I can do the fight caves for you. Nowadays, most people, this would come off as like red alert. But again, I was a kid. I was stupid. I wanted the fire cape so bad. I was like, really, man? You do that for me? He was like, yeah, sure, why not? So, give him my password, give him my username, and he says, okay, I'll have it done in a few hours. Just get back on in a couple hours, and you'll have the fire cape. So I was like, okay, sweet. So I get off for a few hours, and I set a timer. I literally go and set a timer for 3 hours, because I was so pumped to get this fire cape. Timer goes off. I log back in. I'm still sitting at Castle Wars. Now, I wasn't too stupid, so I was like, maybe he hacked me. But I checked my bank, and nothing was gone. So I was like, okay, what's the deal? So I messaged this guy like, hey man, I thought you were going to do the freaking fight caves for me. I log in. I don't have a fire cape. What's the deal? Now looking back, the guy probably realized I was a stupid kid and might have been trying to be nice to me. But then I basically came to his face and called him stupid and demanded that he did this fire cape for me. So he's like, oh crap, man, I forgot. If you get off now, I'll do it for you. So again, I set my timer. I come back. My bank is literally cleaned out. He dropped all my untradables. Every single thing I owned was gone. I didn't have a bank pin, So, I kind of deserved that one. I brought that one upon myself. But this next one was probably my low point as a human. My low point as an intelligent life form. So, if you played RuneScape for a good amount of time, you've probably ran into the classic hack where they do the space bar a bunch of times and they type like mod blah 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 or jagex team blah blah blah, and they make it look like where they send you a message from a moderator or part of the person on the jagex team. So that happened to me, and this has never happened to me before. So I thought like it was legitimately like a mod telling me that I was about to get banned. He told me that they had like noticed some suspicious activity on my account, and they think I'm a bot. So he needs my password to verify this for me. And I was sweating bullets. I was like, oh my god, I'm about to lose my entire livelihood. I'm about to lose my RuneScape account. So 2 things happen. He tells me, I need your password, and I need you to log into this world and meet me at Lumbridge. So my master plan here, I give him my password. At this point, I do have a bank pin. So if it would have just ended at that, I probably would have realized it soon enough, recovered my account, and been fine. It takes a few days for the bank pin to go away. I wouldn't have lost a single thing. But that's not what I did. Since he thought that I was a bot, my my normal, my completely, logical reaction, obviously, was that I was going to get out all of my best gear and all of my money, which at that time was like a couple mil and like full Torax. And I was going to take that with me and wear it while I went to go meet him in Lumbridge to prove that I was the real deal, to prove that I was a real player, to prove that I really put the hours in. That was my plan. I got out pretty much everything I owned. So I had like full Torags. I think I even had the Torax hammers and like an obsidian cape and an amulet of glory in like 3 mil. And I logged out because there wasn't a lobby back then. I logged out, typed in my stuff. He was already on my account. It said, your account is already part of another session. Please try again. And, again, I went through the recovery process. To my surprise, everything was gone. My Torags was gone. I was logged out at Bob, so I guess he went and repaired it and traded it to a different account. All my money was gone. I also brought my Void Knight helmets because I used to not understand how Void worked. So I just got the helmets because they look cool. And he dropped those too. So I think that's convincing evidence. I think that's a good Exhibit A. I think that's that would hold up in court for me to be RuneScape's biggest victim. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for some sort of payment from Jagex, for ruining my childhood, making me have multiple horrific, traumatizing experiences. I'm still waiting on some sort of, some sort of payment, some sort of, reparation. If you see this video, Jagex, I will be taking you to court again if you do not respond. But yeah, that's all I have. Bye.